Welcome back to another video here on Anth.Tech, and in this one I'm going to be showing you guys how to get started on WordPress. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So like I said before, I'll be showing you guys how to get building with WordPress. Now preferably I use GoDaddy for hosting, mainly because they offer great customer support, great pricing, and also great server uptime, so that way your site really doesn't ever go down. Now when it comes to their plans to pick from, they have managed WordPress and a few different ones to pick from in there, which I'll show you guys on the computer in a little bit. And then also they have CPanel, which is what I'm using, and I'm currently on their maximum CPanel hosting plan, which I use for all my client sites and also on my own Anth.Tech site. So I'll go ahead and take a look at those. So pretty much in this tutorial, I'll be showing you guys how to install plugins, themes, and just a few different WordPress tips and tricks that you may want to know when building your site. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Okay, so now let's go ahead and take a look at different plans that you can use to build with WordPress. So they have a tab right here for WordPress, and then we'll go to WordPress Hosting. Now here, this is really easy and simple to set up compared to CPanel, which can be a little bit harder, but we'll get into that here in a little bit. So here we have Basic, Deluxe, Ultimate, and then Developer. And then here we have the different features that each one offers. And then also each plan includes like a free domain with annual plan, one-click migration tool, and then also you do get free email with Office 365, and just some different key features that you get with inside of WordPress. And now if you're more experienced, we'll go to Hosting, and then Web Hosting, and this is what I have. Now I have the one that's called Maximum, which is actually right after Business, which I don't show on here publicly. It's only designed for pro GoDaddy users, which is actually free to sign up, and then you can do that to get the maximum plan. But anyways, in here, this is all through Linux. So here we have Economy, Deluxe, Ultimate, and Business. So here you have like VPS power with CPanel, free SSL certificate, and also these all have unlimited websites from Deluxe over, unlimited storage, unlimited subdomains, which are really nice. And subdomains are like store.anth.tech, and then the websites are the actual domain like Bacopoulos.co, which I'll be showing you guys how to build here in a little bit. So now these are all through Linux. If you don't want Linux and you want Windows, then you can go ahead and take a look at the Windows plans. And then all these plans do include one-click easy install of over 125 free applications. And we'll be using WordPress, of course. And then of course they have additional resources like CPU and RAM. And my maximum one has 3 times the processing power and memory when compared to Ultimate and Business. So my servers run really fast. And then these all have different SQLs and Linux services and everything else that you only get with inside website hosting. But again, going to a WordPress hosting, this is a little bit more simpler for beginners learning how to use with WordPress. Let's go ahead and take a look at my cPanel. Okay, so here we are now inside of my Linux hosting, as you can see right here with cPanel. So in here you have a lot of different controls that you can do. We have your building tools, different file management systems, preferences, the database like MySQL, all your domains attached to the cPanel, emails, metrics, so different types of visitors and bandwidth and all that kind of different stuff that you can manage through here. Security like SSO, which PHP version that you're on, and currently PHP 7.2 is going to be the fastest, and then other web applications that you can use. And again, here's WordPress that we'll be using, but the domain that I'll be using is this one right here, Bacopoulos.co. So the first thing to do is add a new A record which points to your server. So I'll say A record, the host is at, and then it points to the IP address, and then go ahead and save this. And then down here for the name servers, mine here are NS49 and NS50. So NS49, and then it's .domaincontrol.com. So what I'll do here is I'll just copy this one, I'll paste it down here, but this one now is 50, and those are to my cPanel. Yours will be different. So I'll go ahead and save this. So now those are pointing to my server. Now I'll go back to cPanel. I'm going to go to add-on domains, and then here for new domain, we're going to type in Bacopoulos.co, and then add domain. Perfect. So now what I'll do is go to the applications page inside of cPanel, and then here are all the different services that you can pick from. Now we'll be using this WordPress one, and then we're going to say install, and then it'll ask us to choose which one. So I'm going to go ahead and go here, and then we'll go this Bacopoulos.co. and then we'll change the directory, just clear that out. You don't want anything there. We'll leave all the settings the way they are, so it'll install the new 4.9.8 version of WordPress, and the 5.0 will be out pretty soon. And then once that's all there, I'll change the title. We'll call it test, and then we'll call it a tagline, test, and then we'll leave that everything else the way it is, and then we'll say install. Okay, perfect. Now everything's done. Now I'm going to automatically select this /WP admin, as that'll take me right into the admin panel for WordPress. So here we're going to have the get started wizard. So I'll go ahead and start this. And here I'll just say this business and finance, but here are all the different ones that you can pick from. I'll say this business one. And then again, it pulls over that title and tagline that we typed in before. And I'll say continue. Then here I'll just say skip, but in here you could do your phone number, fax, address, and then your email, and then attach your social media profiles. Let's go ahead and skip this. And here we're going to select a theme. So let's just see, this primer is a very popular one. So let's go ahead and do this one. So here it's going to give us some different tips. We'll just pass through these, and then we'll just go ahead and select this. Okay, boom, now that we're all in here, I'll go ahead and clear out the different tips that it wants to show you. So now here we have the site identity. Again, here's that title and tagline that we have, the logo, and if I scroll all the way down to the bottom, here we have this copyright at 2018 test, which is all right here. And then here we can uncheck this theme and auditor credit. That way it gets rid of that primer and GoDaddy name at the bottom. Looks a little bit cleaner, more professional. So there is site identity. In layout, here we're going to keep this to fixed, but we can change it here to fluid, and that, as you can see, makes it more adaptable to a bigger screen like this. So actually I think fluid would be a better one. It looks a bit cleaner. For colors, here we can change like header and all the different colors, and then of course the background overlay. So I'll just leave the rest how they all are, and I'm going to go ahead and publish this. And boom, now that that's published, if you click this X, it'll take you back to our WordPress dashboard. And again, here's some more tips. Now, as you can see, we have 5 updates. Updating these are very important for security and performance, so I'll go ahead and select all, and then update all of these. Okay, so now all these plugins are done updating. Now what we can do to add more plugins, go to the plugin page here, and we can take a look at add new. So here are all the ones that they offer. This is the featured page. We can go to the popular page, which are all of these. I personally like to use this Yoast SEO. That way you appear first on Google. And then of course you can search for specific ones up here. So there's just a ton of different plugins that you can pick from, and they're all really nice and fast. Now here's the plugins, but now heading over to appearance and then themes, here's where we can take a look at other themes. So I like to clean most of these up. So I'll go ahead and say delete, as that way it just cleans up the server. You don't have all this extra junk here. So I'll go ahead and just get rid of these extra ones. Now here's the only theme that we have. Now I can go ahead and say add new, and again we're gonna have a whole bunch of different ones to pick from, just like on the add new plugins page. So here you can just pick from a lot of ones that are on the appearance catalog inside of WordPress. Now of course you can go to third-party developers and pull from them, but here this Hestia is a pretty cool one. So I'll go ahead and install this. And once it's installed, we can go and activate it. And now here I'll delete this primer one, as again, keep it clean, remove what we don't need. So here's our themes all nice and good. And heading over to plugins and then installed plugins, here again we'll clean up the ones that we don't need. So the anti-spam, GoDaddy email marketing, I use MailChimp, so I won't use that. So here we have just the good ones here. This limit login attempts, really unneeded, as you do want to keep your plugins low, and your plugins are like apps on your phone. So obviously the less that you have on your phone, usually the faster it goes and the less space it takes up on your phone. So keeping them clean is always good. This Ninja Forms, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of, as I like to use my own, which I'll show you how to upload a plugin. And we're going to go ahead and say add new, and then we're going to go upload, and then we're going to choose from a file. So here this WP Forms is a paid one that I use. I'll go ahead and open this and then install it. Once it's installed, again, activating the plugin, and just like how you do the themes, you always install and activate inside of WordPress. So here it's activating, and now it's done. So now what I'm going to do is start building some pages. So we're going to go to the pages tab here, and now here we have the about, blog, contact, FAQ, gallery, home, portfolio, and services. These are all done by default. So let's go ahead and take a look at the home page first. So I'll go ahead and say edit, and then we'll say launch Beaver Builder. So here we are now inside the Beaver Builder. I'll just take the tour, so I'll say no thanks, and then we'll dismiss these extra tips here. So here's what it looks like pretty much on Beaver Builder. So as you can see, everything that you can edit is highlighted in this blue in the current Beaver Builder. So I'll go ahead and do this first one here, and let's change this description here with the whatever, your company part. I'll change this to say step 1, and then I'll do this across. So I'll go over here, change this to step 2, and then we'll change this one to step 3. Now as you can see, these all have a little learn more button underneath, and then also this picture behind it. So if you click the master toolbar up here, here we have where it says product and service number 1, that's the top. So we can say here, we can say topic. When I say topic 1, we'll change this to say topic 2. So topic 2. And then so on and so forth. So this will be topic 3. And then now you just click save, and boom, there we go. Now for these images behind it, these are default. And again, just click on that little gear, go image, and here you can just choose here full size, always going to be your best bet for best quality. So I'll just say cancel for there. So here we have your main message and just all different stuff that you can edit. So here we have these nice buttons over here. So I can go to button. Here it says call to action, or we can change this to say it like sign up. And now we can choose a special icon for that and make it always visible. So I'll say save. Boom, now we have a sign up button. And then here under next steps, say we want to change this to sign up for a free session. That'd be a good one. So if you're trying to teach someone how to use this, sign up for a free session, and then they can click that sign up button, and it'll take them to a form. So now go ahead and say done, and then publish. So here's our new homepage with the edits we just did. So as you can see, when you hover over them, the opacity goes down, letting that background come through. And then here's our button. So when we click the sign up, let's see where it takes us. So it just takes us back to the homepage. It's like a loop. But if we go to the contact us page, here now we can see that Ninja Forms. And if you remember, we deleted that plugin. So I'll be changing that with my paid one, WP Forms. So I'm gonna go back to the dashboard here. And then we'll go to WP Forms, and then we'll say add new. Then from here, we'll title this, we'll say contact us, and then we'll just do a simple contact form. And boom, there we go. Now click save, and then we'll go embed. We'll copy this whole line of HTML here, close out of here, and then again, go back to pages, and then go home. And then we can actually go right to Beaver Builder by clicking this. So now to edit the contact us page, I'll go ahead and force this up in the URL. So I'll just go /contact, and that'll take us right to the contact page. And now where it says Ninja Forms, we'll replace this with our new HTML from WP Forms. So I'll go ahead and say save, and boom, there's our stuff right there. Now I'll go ahead and say done, and then publish, and boom, there we go. So as we can see, we have everything right here. Now if I go incognito and go to the bacop.co domain, we can take a look at what we've done so far. So here's the home page, everything's all right here. And then now we can go to that contact page, and boom, here's our form. So as you can see, it's really nice how you have that purple line that goes underneath. Everything is customizable, so we can just say test, and then we can say test@one.com. And then here we can add a comment or message, and then we can just go ahead and say submit. So everything in here is editable. So now I'm gonna go back to the builder. So here we are now back into WordPress. So I'm gonna head into the dashboard now. And then here we can just close out of these special tips on the home page of the dashboard. And the next plugin that we're going to install and upload is going to be WP Statistics. That way you can manage how your page performs and everything like that within your website. So again, we'll go ahead and install this, and then when that's done, we'll activate it. Okay, so it's done installing. We'll go ahead and say activate, and boom, there we go. So now I'm gonna go back to the dashboard, and in here, we'll just, of course, they have a little pop-up, but now we'll say screen options, and then we'll say top 10 browsers, maybe top 10 pages, and then also maybe there's hit statistics. Then we'll just minimize that. And then now we can drag these up into these different modules and say top 10 browsers. So as I went from incognito, that's why we have this one visitor, one visits. So a visitor is like per computer, per IP, and visits is what pages that they viewed. And of course I'm using Chrome, so it's 100% Chrome right now. And here is going to be pretty much the hit statistics, just managing different things, different from the online users. And this is live, so if you have like 5,000 people on at once, and then someone leaves, it will then downgrade to 4,999 and all that kind of stuff. So it's pretty cool that it's live. Now we'll head over to say the pages page again, and then now let's go ahead and take a look at the about us. So now we'll say edit, and then we'll say launch Beaver Builder. So here we have this default image again. So I'll go ahead and remove this and then go select photo. So over here you can upload a specific file that you want, and then this maximum upload file size really just depends on your server. So this is 128. Now I can force that into a little bit higher, so I can actually max mine out at 20 gigabytes per upload. So here is the media library. These are just the default ones by the WordPress and this theme. So here we'll just go ahead and do this one and say select photo, and then we'll leave it full size. So now we just replace that image now with this one, and here you can do all different things like this. Now what we can do is if we want to delete a whole different one, say we don't like this meet the team, boom, we'll go ahead and say delete and then okay. Now it's gone, and then we'll delete its casing, and there we go. So now there's a little bit cleaner by removing different stuff that you don't necessarily need. So here's now our about page, and then we'll say done and publish, and boom, there we go. Now I'll go back to the about page or the home page, and here is what we've done just in the matter of just a few minutes, all within WordPress. Okay, so that's pretty much going to wrap up the tutorial on how to start building a WordPress site using GoDaddy. So I'll leave those plans linked down below for Manage WordPress and also CPanel. And if you do end up building a site, please do drop a link down below in the comment section, as I would love to check your site out and maybe also give you guys some feedback on how it is. Other than that though, that's pretty much going to wrap up the video. If you enjoyed, please drop a like on the video down below, as it really helps out. And also please don't forget to subscribe to the Anth.Tech channel, and also make sure to click that bell notification that we don't miss out on any new Anth.Tech videos that do go live. And as always, stay classy.